A man ended a date as soon as the woman showed up because she uses filters on social media.
5 things I started doing when I turned 30.
If you're like me and you're in your early to mid 30s, you may have started to notice some changes happening here.
I've got 1 month left till my 20s are over. My body's not younger, but my brain isn't older.
Tell me how I'm 30
Maybe that's the problem.
years old, but I feel like I'm 20 until I actually hang out with a 20-year-old, and then I'm like, nope, I'm 30.
If you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and you're still single, and you are like, I swear I'm gonna be single forever, oh my god, blah, 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 I feel you.
Because it's my 32nd birthday, I'm going to share 32 life lessons.
Ladies who are over 35, do not despair.
A lot of girls, once they start pushing that 30 mark, they're like, okay, I got to lower my standards a little bit because it's not working out.
Well, because, we have that pressure of time and eggs.
They lower their standards, and what happens? They think they have settled, but actually the guy is on their level. And what happens after that? Well, we all know the rate of divorce. Why do you think that's happening? Because they didn't get married with the guy they wanted. Because those guys want to date and marry younger women.
And I feel like society does a really good job of
reminding
us of that, that timeline.
Like always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Right. And like once you hit 30, your eggs start shriveling.
So apparently there's this thing that sexist men on the internet say happens to women when we turn 30. And it's called hitting the wall.
I think there are so many women in this sort of situation who end up single in their 30s who are amazing. And they don't seem to be meeting the right, a guy that matches up to their level. But I think there's something to be said about the fact that when you are...
Yeah, the ones that settle end up getting divorced because they didn't get the guy that they wanted. And the ones that don't get married, that are still single, it's because they don't want to lower their expectations. They don't want to lower their level.
In your 30s and you have your own success and you've built your own life and you're independent, you don't need someone. So they have to be really, really special for you to want to actually invest your time in them.
Tired women, jaded women who hit the wall.
Women who have hit the wall. So I just wanted to briefly touch on this. Obviously, I'm on TikTok, but I have met so many nice women, and I'm so happy because even my one-to-one sessions, I've made so many friendships, and people are so nice here. But there is like a small minority of comments that say, I have hit the wall, I'm just here for money, I'm bitter, and I'm giving really bad advice to young women.
Older women, especially those that give advice and make money from giving dating advice, they all give bad advice.
So I just want to comment on that. I do not hate men, so it's quite the opposite. I really don't hate men. I honestly don't. And I just believe that if you are a woman with options, it's always best to go for the best option.
You're over 30, you're not a woman with options. When you're in your 20s, you're a woman with options. When you're in your 20s, you can have whatever guy you want. But you don't want to be in a relationship when you're in your 20s. You want to have that hot girl summer. That's the problem. And you think, oh, well, I'm in my 30s now. I'm doing even better because I have a high-paying job and I have my own apartment and this and that. Men don't care about that. They don't. So if you're over 30, you can't say you have lots and lots of options because you're lying. You're lying to yourself.
Even if a man was in a room and he had as many options as a female, he would definitely go for the best option. And why can't a woman? Okay? So why can't a woman go want the best for herself?
Nobody said that. Nobody said that, but the divorce rate shows us that women are settling. That's why they're getting divorced. They're not getting married to their first choice. That's the problem. And men, yes, of course, they want to date younger, but they have choices. When they're 35, men have choices. When they're 40, men have choices. I'm 37. My girlfriend is 23. It's not the same for women. We are different. The fact that she doesn't realize this, it's clear she's not giving good advice on dating to young women.
And go for that instead of going into a relationship with a man and you are struggling, you're broke, and you're going to have a hard life. So they are my thoughts, okay? So I'm not bitter. My past experiences were probably better than the majority of people. So I'm really not bitter, and I have not hit any type of wall either. But yeah, I just think that
You're still single, of course you hit the wall. If you didn't meet the right guy in your 20s, what makes you think you will meet them now when you have higher expectations, higher standards, when you want a man with more money?
it's better to go for the best option. Men would do it every time. So why can't a woman who has options go for the best one? It's the smartest choice. I mean, most people would agree with that.
We need to come up with a robot boyfriend or girlfriend, partner, whatever, for people that are going through a divorce. That way, you don't feel super lonely, and you can like, or is there like a service of men or women, but for me it'd be man.
That's already happening in Japan. And in 10, 15 years, I'm sure robots will be more and more common.
That I could buy to just give me compliments all day and tell me he loves me and everything's gonna be okay, and call me and check on me and like just build me the hell up. And
then she can tear down a real man after the robot builds her up.
And because I don't actually want someone, I just want some affirmation right now.
You are already getting that from Sims and other women in the comment section, so don't worry.
Men value different things than women do. They value beauty, youth, and
True.
they value someone that respects themselves. When you start aging, your biological clock is ticking, and that is just a real fact. Going into your 30s, your options are going to be less than when you were in your 20s.
So that woman saying that she wants to choose the best option, good, but you don't have options to choose from. You won't find the guy that you want. Why? Because that guy was in your 20s. That's what hitting the wall means. Because a lot of women think, oh, hitting the wall means I won't find anybody. No, it's not about that. You'll always, always find a simp or a guy that is so desperate that will do anything just to get that pussy. But it's not about that. They can't find the man that they want. And we can see that by the divorce rate. 70% of divorces are initiated by women, 80% if they're college educated. So what does that tell us? That they are not getting married with the man that they want. Because they can't get that. Why? Because the average age of getting married in the USA, it's 31, I think. 30, 31, something like that. They're not getting married in their 20s.
And those guys around your age are now looking at the younger women.
Yeah.
And you're going to be competing now with the 20-year-olds for the guys that you want. And then now when you're ready to start settling down and possibly start thinking about having kids, those same guys might feel like you're rushing them, and they might not want the same things at this point.
True.
So then the dating market starts getting stressful, and then now these women are rushing for time.
Been dating someone pretty intensely for the last 6 weeks, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful. It was full. We were full of conversation and laughter and friendship and all these wonderful things.
Okay.
But for various reasons, we're just at different life stages and doesn't necessarily have long-term compatibility.
That's a fancy way of saying he just wanted to smash. He doesn't want to be in a relationship with me, okay?
So I know it was the right decision for us to end it, but I'm also sad because it was really fun and I don't want that to stop. But it's also annoying that didn't work out and I have to go back to dating because it's really hard.
1-900-9099-CRY. I was once told that women lose their value after 30. It literally drops in half. I was 29 and I had 6 months before I turned 30. It was during a podcast with the late Kevin Samuels, and I argued with him. I got pissed off with him. I couldn't help but think about what my boyfriend at the time was thinking because he was a huge Kevin Samuels fan. Anyway, today happens to be my 31st birthday. That boyfriend and I broke up. I got over a year of therapy, started doing music, started doing my own nails, taught myself how to sew so I can better my swimsuit company, started my passion projects of giving back. Honestly, I don't know what value he was referring to. I'm pretty sure it was something about being in the dating marketplace or some bullshit.
She's still single, so everything Kevin Samuels said is true. She's living proof, even if she's doing better in life, with money, with her businesses, that doesn't transfer to her love life.
Let me tell y'all something. I don't give a fuck what y'all think about my value, because I place value on myself. And for my fellow women out there who are younger than 30, older than 30, or being told that we exist solely to reproduce, fuck that. Your value is what you make it.
She's so lovely, guys. Why wouldn't you want her to be your wife? What's wrong with you? Are you crazy? She's perfect.
I don't care how old I am. I care about how old I feel, how old I look.
We will talk in 10 years, and then let me know if you feel the same.
Hey ladies, if you're 35 and older, I got some real talk for you. People don't like to discuss this, but here's my opinion. It's really important for you to freeze your eggs. I know it's a sensitive subject, and I know it can be difficult to confront the reality of your biological clock ticking, but you don't have time to waste and you can't go backwards. So if you're single and you're 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, or whatever, you need to do the best thing for you and your future partner, husband, and potentially father of your children, because every year the quality of your eggs deteriorate and the number.
By 30, 90% of your eggs are gone, and the ones that remain deteriorate each year, and the chances of you getting pregnant are less and less, and the risks of getting pregnant and having a child that has medical problems are higher and higher and higher. But women don't want to talk about that or don't know about that. And if I say something, I will be just called a misogynist. Of course, I'm a bigot.
Number available reduces. This is just biological fact. You can be as positive and manifest all that you want to, but you cannot fight nature.
True.
You can pray for miracles, but why even put yourself in that position to have to rely on miracles? So the best thing for you to do, if you're single and you don't want to rush into a relationship with someone who is not going to work out as your lifelong partner, then freeze your eggs. All it takes is a little bit of research and effort and a little bit of money and budgeting.
A lot of money. Not a little bit, a lot.
But you can find the program that fits your budget. So let's say it's $10,000.
It's more than that. And the average American doesn't have any money put aside. So she's just talking to the top percentages of women that actually have a really good job and can afford that. But most women can't. And they watch TikToks and get dating advice from older women that are jaded and don't know what they're talking about.
The sooner you do this, the better, because the younger you are, the more eggs you're going to get out of one egg freezing opportunity.
Yeah.
Red pill guys have this kind of revenge fantasy where it's like, oh, you won't date me now in your 20s, but in your 30s, just you wait. And it's like, okay, women in their 30s are doing fine. Women are much.
No, they're not. They're not doing fine. That's why the divorce rates are so high. As I told you, they're not marrying the guys that they wanted. They're settling. And this guy, it's clear he doesn't know what he's talking about. If she didn't date me in her 20s, now that I'm 37, I'm not going to date her. Because she's in her 30s now, I'm going to date younger. I'm going to date somebody in her 20s because I can. Why would I date a woman that didn't give me any attention, didn't even talk to me in her 20s? Why? It just shows that you're a big, big simp. This is why women behave the way that they do. Because they see there are simps that no matter what they do, will always take them back. Oh, that guy had a crush on me when I was in my 20s. Let me see if he is still single. Because now I have 2 kids and I have 50 bodies. But I'm sure he'll take me because he's a big simp. He was then, he's now. And because of simps like that, women act as they do.
Much less likely, statistically, to be single in their 30s versus their 20s. And the average age of marriage in terms of median.
Yes, because they know their biological clock is ticking and they get married, but they're not getting married to the man that they want. Sorry, my guy, but you just show how stupid you are. I don't understand how people are this stupid and they go on a podcast and tell everybody, show everybody on the internet how stupid they are. They don't even understand studies. They don't even understand human biology. So why are you talking on a podcast? I don't get it.
It's 29 for women.
Yeah.
It's about 29. It depends on UK, Australia,
right.
Canada,
Okay,
US,
okay.
but around 29, which means that half of women, median, so half of women are getting married at an age older than 29.
When a man starts reaching his late 30s, early 40s, he enters a new phase of life. This is psychologically and scientifically proven, and they've created a category for this. This category of life for a man in his late 30s, early 40s, he comes to one of 2 places: stagnation or generativity. Stagnation is when you go, well, you know, I worked, I was an athlete in high school, I went to college and I was great at what I did, I had a job, I had a career, I had businesses, but now my kids are older, they're gone, I don't feel I'm doing anything, I've just living on this hamster wheel, doing the same thing every single day, not really paying it forward. See, a man especially has a need to pay it forward to the next generation ahead of him, right? And the reason is because that is the only way we can leave a legacy behind, is by sharing with others, right? This is why people want to write books. This is why leaders create statues and monuments to themselves. This is why in any city.
Yeah, I just want to help the younger generation, even though I'm sure not a lot of young guys watch my videos because maybe they think I don't know what I'm talking about, or maybe they think I'm a lot older, so they can't relate to me. But this is why I make videos like this, so I can make younger men understand that most of what they hear on social media and most of what women say on social media is just stupid. It's just crap. It's just bullshit.
You might see, you know, MLK Boulevard, right, as a nod to Martin Luther King. You might see Cesar Chavez Highway. You might see, you know, this section of this freeway is dedicated to an old mayor or an old police chief. Like, people want to leave, men especially want to leave a legacy behind. It is in our DNA. And so for you to do that, you must have generativity. You must want to lean into becoming the best version of yourself and constantly reinventing yourself and recreating yourself and developing new hobby skills, traits, abilities, so that you are still interesting to people who are younger than you and who want to get motivated, inspired, and want to learn from you.
I really didn't want this to be the case, but I have come to the realization that being single is the most exhausting endeavor I have ever pursued.
Why? Didn't you hear the women before talking? They said they are so happy being single.
If you are single, you might be able to relate to this. Being single is literally so tiring. If you are not swiping on the apps, finding someone who knows the best spot in town for tacos, then you are also manifesting in your journal. Probably not.
Oh my God. If you hear any woman talking about manifesting and journals and chakras and energies and the zodiac, just run. It's not worth it. Run, guys, run.
If you're a man, because men are afraid of manifesting, but you're manifesting in your journal. You're on social media, and dating coaches are just coming, giving you advice, and you're like, okay, I should be a black cat, and they're like, no playing games. So like your mind is just like going a mile a minute. I literally will do like Reiki energy.
If you're watching multiple channels, even you guys, you're watching multiple channels, can't you deduce which advice is good, actually good advice, and what advice is bad advice? Just using your logic. What sounds good and logical and what sounds crazy? I don't know why people are so confused. Oh, I watched this channel and he said this. Oh, I watched this channel and he said that. I don't know what to do. What makes sense? What's logical? Why is he saying that? Did he explain why he's saying this? Okay, when he explained, did it make sense? Or no? If you think he's crazy, why would you listen to his advice? If you think I'm crazy and I'm talking shit, why would you listen to my advice? It shouldn't be hard. Okay, this guy is saying this. Why is he saying this? And just think logically and ask maybe a friend, hey, does what I'm saying now, does it seem logical? Yeah, okay, then that's a good advice. It's so simple.
Work. I'll see psychics. I'll spend my money on that shit, which is just something to psychoanalyze for later. I have realized this, that as a single person, we have to do so much because we're trying to find our person. And at the same time, we're going to our friends' weddings. We're going to our friends' baby showers. And we're looking at them and we're like, was it the Reiki master that helped you find Joe? No, it probably wasn't the Reiki master. And I'm a believer that everything happens in its own time. But seriously, check in on your single friends. We're exhausted.
You know what really confuses me? How do girls get a different boyfriend every single month and I can't even A, get over my ex, which I have now, but it took me a really long time, 4 years, and B, get another boyfriend? Like, how? Every month?
You're just too picky. That's why you're still single. She's too picky and she will be alone 10 years from now. I can bet on it.
Even new boyfriend? Literally how? I literally can't even find a guy that I want to talk to consistently every day. I don't even know a guy that I want to skip a girls' night to hang out with them. I don't, and I don't know how. So like if you do that, please let me know how, because I need help.
Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and hope you learned something from this video. And I'll see you on the next one.